In a Japanese restaurant, the meal is almost over. The plates are empty, the soup bowls are empty. But inside one small rice bowl, a few grains remain. To most people, they would mean nothing. But in Japan, someone may notice them. A parent might quietly point them out. A child might carefully pick them up with chopsticks. Why? They're already full. Why should a few tiny grains of rice matter? At first, I thought it was simply about good manners. Even today, my wife still calls me out when we eat together. She'll look at my bowl and say, "Tabekata kitanai." Your way of eating is messy. Especially if I leave just a few grains of rice behind. I always laugh and tell her, it's only a few grains. But to her, leaving those grains behind wasn't just bad table manners. For years, I thought she was simply being picky. Then I learned there was a much deeper reason. If you're visiting Japan for the first time, you might even think Japanese people are a little obsessed with cleaning their plates. Maybe you've noticed someone carefully picking up the last few grains of rice, or using their chopsticks to gather every last bite before putting the bowl down. To many foreigners, it can seem overly strict, maybe even unnecessary. After all, it's only a few grains of rice. But what if those grains aren't really the point? What if they're simply the final clue to a much bigger philosophy? Because the mystery actually begins before anyone even takes the first bite. Across Japan, families, students, and even people eating alone often pause before eating. They put their hands together and say, "Itadakimasu." Most people translate it as, "let's eat," but that's not what it literally means. It means something closer to, "I humbly receive." Receive? From who? The chef? The farmer? The fisherman? Nature? Suddenly, the meal isn't just food anymore. Every bowl of rice exists because someone planted it. Someone harvested it. Someone transported it. Someone prepared it. And for many meals, another living thing gave its life. In this way of thinking, food isn't something to take for granted. It's something you receive with gratitude. Then, when the meal is over, another phrase completes the story. Gochisousama. Today, people use it to say, "thank you for the meal." But centuries ago, the word referred to the effort of running around gathering ingredients before modern transportation. So it isn't only thanking the person who cooked, it's thanking everyone whose work made that meal possible. Suddenly, those forgotten grains of rice look different. They're no longer just leftovers. They represent someone's hard work, nature's gifts, and a life that shouldn't be wasted without thought. Of course, not every Japanese person finishes every meal, and Japan wastes food just like every other country. But the ideal remains deeply rooted in everyday life. Looking back, maybe my wife wasn't just criticizing my table manners. Maybe she was reminding me of something I hadn't fully understood. That gratitude doesn't end when you're full. It ends with the last grain of rice. Do you think this is a lesson more children should be taught? Until next time, thanks for joining me on Hidden Stories of Japan.